Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the Spring 2019 Maurice A. Deane School of Law Commencement Exercises of Hofstra University. We begin our program with the invocation delivered by Reverend Joyce Brandon Duger from the university's Board of Chaplains, followed by the national anthem and our alma mater led by Courtney Lee Cox, class of 2019. The words to the alma mater on the inside front cover of your program. Will everyone please stand?
Let us pray. Gracious God, thank you for this day. Bless family and friends that came to celebrate. But we ask a real special prayer today. May each graduate pass their bar on the first time. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Where minds are filled with wonder and hearts are full of pride, there stands our alma mater, so radiant to shine, nurturing thy scholars like parents raise their young. Dear Hofstra, we are grateful, and thus we thank thee for inspiring us thy knowledge and vision to pursue. Through all the lands we journey, thou shalt remain our home. Dear Hofstra, we are grateful, and thus we thank thee for inspiring us and guiding us through the great unknown.
Please be seated. I have the pleasure now of making some very special introductions, beginning with the Vice Chair of our Board of Trustees, Ronald M. Schaeffer, as well as Trustee and Hofstra graduate, Stella Mendez. Now please hold your applause. A lot more introductions to come, beginning with, of course, the Dean of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law, Judge Gail Prudenti. Yeah, okay. Warren G. Frazina, the Dean of the Hofstra University Honors College. Mark Lukashevitz, the Dean of the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. Sina Rabbani, the Dean of the Fred DeMattis School of Engineering and Applied Science. Benjamin Rifkin, the Dean of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Holly J. Sarup, the Dean of the Hofstra School of Health Professions and Human Services. And of course, the one person on our campus who needs no introduction, the President of Hofstra University, President Stuart Rabinowitz.
Wow, everybody seems in a good mood. So there's life after the Game of Thrones, I guess, after all. Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, distinguished guests, and most importantly, graduates, their proud parents and friends, welcome to our law school commencement ceremony for 2019. You know, this class and I have some stuff in common. This class is the 47th class to graduate from our law school. And I know from looking at me, it's very hard to believe, but this is really my 47th year at Hofstra University. First, I started as a member of the law school faculty, then as dean of the law school, and now for the past 18 years as president of this great university. You know, when I decided to step down from the law school deanship in the year 2000, many of my really good friends wondered why I didn't simply return to the perfect and idyllic life of a law professor, as opposed to seeking the stressful life of a university president. And by the way, trying to be dean of the law school faculty and its students was not a walk in the park. You can check with your wonderful new dean, Judge Prudenti, to see if she agrees. So my decision to pursue the presidency was based on a number of factors. But I have to admit, one important consideration was after considering all options, I realized that becoming president of Hofstra was the only damn way to get a decent parking space on campus. In any event, reflecting now on how many wonderful years I have had at Hofstra, obviously raises the question of why at this stage in my life am I still standing tonight behind a podium, as opposed to retiring, lounging on a beach in South Florida, sipping a pina colada, without rum, of course, and most importantly, bouncing my 2.5-year-old grandson Jack on my knee. One answer, I am proud to say, is that I have attended each and every law school commencement ceremony from the very first in May of 1973 to tonight and everything in between. And every year I am reminded of what a unique privilege this has been, to witness virtually every graduate of our law school walk across the stage as they receive their well-earned degree. And it's a privilege for me, which is so special, that I intend to continue to exercise it for a while longer. The good news is that my attendance at all these ceremonies has convinced me that commencement is not a solemn, rigid ritual. Rather, at its core, commencement is a celebration. And tonight, we celebrate the accomplishments and the hard work of our graduates and the sacrifices that we know have been made on their behalf by their families and friends. So my most important message to our graduates is simple. You have earned our congratulation and our admiration. There are easier ways to prepare to make a living than to go to law school. Each of you has successfully completed a rigorous and demanding education which emphasize the acquisition of the fundamental skills of lawyering. You have received a top-tier legal education taught by a world-class law faculty implementing a cutting-edge curriculum. And we are absolutely confident that you are ready to join the illustrious group of our law graduates who have achieved just remarkable success in every sector of the legal profession and beyond. As a result of your education, you now have the opportunity to take your own place in a wonderful profession, a profession which will allow you to spend your careers helping people navigate through a complex and often intimidating legal system. It is also a profession in which you will have the privilege, but also the responsibility for making our legal system live up to its promise of equal justice for everyone. In my view, the legal profession and the judiciary are the very last lines of defense against injustice and intolerance. Your training in legal analysis, in critical thinking, oral and written communication skills, and problem solvings are valuable and unique assets which will allow you to succeed not only in the practice of law, but also outside of that in whatever other fields you might pursue now and in the future, and who knows what you might pursue. So I only have one task left, and this is the one I feel most importantly about, and that is to wish all of our graduates well. Like Reverend Duggar, I wish that you pass the bar examination on your first try, obviously. I never, in all of my years as presidency, tried to amend an invocation, but I'm going to offer this to you now. God is powerful, at least a lot of people will acknowledge that. But God alone is not going to get you to pass the bar exam. What's going to get you to pass the bar exam is to go into hiding tomorrow, study until you fall asleep each night, and then awake the day after the bar is done. And if you don't do that, Deane Prudenti is coming after you. I'm serious. I know. Should be knocking on your door in the middle of the night. More generally, I wish you will attain all the success that you think you need and all that your work and ability earn for you. I wish you will have the perspective to forgive yourself from mistakes and learn from them, because mistakes are absolutely inevitable. I wish that you can have the tenacity and the courage and actually the very good luck to one day find a life work about which you feel passionate, rather than settling for something which neither challenges nor fulfills you. I wish you experience the very special sense of self-worth and satisfaction that I have found comes only from using at least some of your talent, some of your energy, to help those who are in need. And lastly, I wish that you would have the wisdom not to forego the love of family and friends in a relentless pursuit of professional success, however you define it. The class of 2019 leaves here with our admiration and with our affection. We hope you will maintain your ties to your classmates and, of course, to your alma mater. From this day forward, your accomplishments will always be the most important driver of the reputation of the value of a Hofstra legal education. You will always be welcomed as a valued member of the law school and university community. We will always welcome you back home. On behalf of the faculty, the administration, and the staff, I extend to each of you our congratulations and our warmest wishes for your success and your happiness. Thank you very much. It's now my privilege to ask to come to the podium to present his candidate for a Hofstra Presidential Medal, Vice Chair of the Hofstra Board of Trustees, Don Schaeffer.
Thank you, President Rubinowitz. Good evening. I would like to take a moment on behalf of the Board of Trustees to congratulate the class of 2019 on your graduation and to welcome you, your family, and friends to the celebration of your academic achievement. We are proud of you and acknowledge the hard work and dedication that you have displayed in reaching this wonderful day. We hope that you will follow your passions and are confident that your future will be exemplary. Please know that Hofstra will always be here for you as you go forward. You are an important part of the enduring bond of the Hofstra family, and we look forward to your leadership role in providing guidance and support to the Hofstra students who will be following in your footsteps. It is now my privilege to introduce the Honorable Loretta Lynch, who served as the 83rd Attorney General of the United States from 2015 to 2017, appointed by President Barack Obama. She is the first female African American, the second woman, and the second African American to serve in that position. She has been a leading progressive voice and an instrumental figure in shaping the direction of the nation on numerous tough issues. She is credited with having improved the relationship between local law enforcement and the communities that they serve, and has taken bold stances on criminal justice reform. Her highly distinguished 30-year career includes serving as U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York twice, under both President Clinton and President Obama. During her tenure, Ms. Lynch obtained high-profile civil rights convictions and prosecuted terrorism, gang, and mafia cases, among others. She spent years in the trenches, rising through the ranks as prosecutor, aggressively fighting terrorism, financial fraud, and cybercrime, all while vigorously defending civil and human rights. President Obama once described Ms. Lynch as the only lawyer in America who battles mobsters, drug lords, and terrorists, and still has a reputation for being a charming people person. While in private practice, Ms. Lynch served as a volunteer legal advisor for the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, established to prosecute those responsible for human rights violations in the 1994 genocide in that nation. Born in Greensboro, North Carolina, the daughter of a school librarian and a fourth-generation Baptist minister, Ms. Lynch's fascination with the law was inspired by stories about her grandfather, a sharecropper in the 1930s who helped people flee to the North to escape persecution under the Jim Crow segregation laws. Ms. Lynch earned a Bachelor of Arts in English and American Literature from Harvard College and a Juris Doctor from Harvard Law School. For Time Magazine's series on firsts and women leaders, Ms. Lynch said, "Women are a force to be reckoned with. The glass ceiling is nothing compared to the determination of women. I now invite our candidate for a presidential medal, Loretta Lynch, to step forward, along with President Rubino and Provost Berliner, to award her the medal. Mr. President, for shattering that glass ceiling and for Loretta Lynch's remarkable legal career and dedication to public service, it is my honor to present her to you for a Hofstra Presidential Medal.
So the Presidential Medal at Hofstra is one of the most prestigious awards that the university ever gives. And it's given to individuals in recognition of extraordinary career achievement and professional leadership. Prior recipients include Senator Edward Kennedy, Senator Charles Schumer, Henry Kissinger, Claire Booth Luce, John Kenneth Galbraith, and other such luminaries. Loretta Lynch, you have distinguished yourself at every stage of your historic career, and I am honored to present you with the Hofstra Presidential Medal for all of your professional accomplishments and your record of service. Congratulations.
I hope it's not too heavy. Congratulations.
Well, good evening, everyone. Okay, wait a minute. This is Hofstra, and it's the last graduation. Good evening, everyone. There we go. There we go. Thank you all so much for that warm welcome and the hospitality that I've received on campus. Don, thank you so much for that wonderful and warm introduction. President Rubino, Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, thank you for this extraordinary honor that I will always hold dear. And President Rubino, let me also thank you for your stewardship of this outstanding center of learning and for all that you do every day to cultivate world-class scholarship and world-changing progress. But let me also thank Dean Gail Prudenti for her leadership of this preeminent law school. But let me also congratulate her on her second anniversary in this august position. Dean Prudenti, your commitment to public service and to training the next generation of our best and our brightest runs bone deep, and I salute you for that. You're already lifting this already great school to new heights. Hashtag women rule, women rock. And let me thank the leadership of this school for the chance to be with you here tonight to help celebrate all of you and the achievements of my newest colleagues, the Hofstra Law School Class of 2019. Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations. But I also have to extend a special congratulations to the most important people in the room. Now, graduates, I know you thought it was you, and yes, you're up there. But let me thank your family, your loved ones, your friends, the people who have been with you from the beginning of this journey until now. They have encouraged you over this line. They have supported you over this line. They've prayed you over this line. And when you walk across this stage, I know that they will be with you then as well. So family and friends, those who are here and those who are here in spirit, congratulations to you as well. Now, it's a real pleasure to be back here on Long Island, where I actually spent 5 years as the chief of the Long Island office for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York. Our office was located a few short miles away from here in Garden City. And it was there that I learned how to manage an office and to lead
a team of talented lawyers to serve the public. And here, at this great place, you've learned the inner workings of the law, as well as how to use your talents to advance the goal of the law. You should be so proud of what you have achieved. You've put in countless hours of study, research, writing. You have skipped sleep to prepare for your moot court competitions and to double-check every last citation in those journals. You've worked at externships, and you've gained insight into the inner workings of companies, of the courthouses, and law firms. You've studied abroad, learning the universal values that we share with the world. And through Hofstra's 11 clinics, a noteworthy number, particularly for this school, you have worked tirelessly to bring justice to those who need it most, to the poor, to children, to our beloved veterans, to those seeking safety and security and a better life within the American dream. And in doing so, you, all of you, have helped bring justice to so many who find the law a confusing and often frightening maze. And in so doing, you have helped make real the promise of the law, especially for those who often only bear the burdens of the law. You have done that, and I am so proud of all of you. Now, there's no doubt that you have left your mark on Hofstra Law School. There's no doubt at all. But the question before you now is, how are you going to leave your mark on the world beyond this vibrant campus? And as a brief perusal of your news feed indicates, your mark is needed now more than ever, especially for all of you who are entering this great profession of ours. You graduate into a world teeming with issues and challenges that cry out for both the reasoned approach of the law as well as a deep and abiding commitment to the rule of the law. Both were once taken for granted, but now fall under daily attack from those we once trusted to uphold them. And the debates of the day, which are already here, go to the heart of our country. What does it mean to be an American? Who is responsible for addressing climate change? How do we ensure that our systems of criminal justice, our systems of education, our system of health care is open and fair to everyone? Now, these are challenging issues indeed. And let me say that we on this stage are delighted to turn many of them over to you. But I know that even as you rightly revel in your recent accomplishments, it can still be daunting to look at the road ahead of all of you, with all the issues that I've mentioned and so many more. And even with the wonderful training that you've received and the practical work that you've undertaken, it can still be hard sometimes to clearly see your way forward. But know this, you are not alone. Every single one of us on this stage and in this great profession of ours have sat in your chair at one time, and we've wondered the exact same thing. In the great unknown of the future, how will I find my place? What will be my path? And what will be my guide? Now, many of you have found your specialty here. Some of you are still searching. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to know right now exactly what it is that you want to do. All you have to know is what kind of person you want to be. Now, the challenges of the last 3 years have involved coursework, clinical work, exams, and job searches. But the challenge now, and throughout your career in this great profession of ours, is to find what matters to you. Find what resonates with you, and that sometimes requires seeing more than one path before you. And it can be difficult, because not only do you have this wonderful degree, you often have the expectations of those family members and who love you and want the best for you, of alumni who want you to join the great path that they have charted, of the faculty members who've supported you on the way. But this is your path, and tonight we talk about how you find it. Now, I recall vividly when I stepped off of what I thought was my own path. When I left law school, like so many of my comrades, I went to a large firm on Wall Street, and it was a great job. It was a wonderful opportunity. It made sense. I worked with brilliant people. I learned so much. And then, late one night, on the heels of so many other late nights, I actually passed out at my desk, hit the table. And I was taken to the hospital. I was diagnosed with exhaustion, which I didn't really know was a thing, but it is. And as I was recovering, I began to think about whether the work that I was doing was why I'd gone to law school. Was it what really excited me? And aside from the night of enforced rest, was I getting out of it what I needed to find fulfillment? Now, shortly after that, I decided to leave that firm and become a federal prosecutor in Brooklyn. Now, I was not so many years out of law school. I still had loans to pay off. That is not a new dynamic. And of course, I had to tell my parents, a Baptist preacher and a school librarian who had sacrificed so much to make sure that I received a good education and got that great Wall Street job. And I recall vividly the night before I was going to start at the U.S. Attorney's Office, my father called me and said, "Are you sure about this? I think if you called your old firm, they would take you back." And I had to really think about why I was making that change at that time in the face of their concerns and even my own concerns, as well as other people who told me that I was wasting the opportunities I had been given, particularly as a minority lawyer. And I told my father then what I will tell you now, that after all that I had been given by them, after getting an education in school and in life, if all I could ever do was one thing at one place, then that would be the true waste of their sacrifice and my time and my talents. Now, of course, I didn't call my old firm, and it was some time before I returned to private practice. I chose the path of public service and became a prosecutor. And along the way, I found my calling in protecting the most vulnerable among us and working to ensure the integrity of the criminal justice system. Now, my path has been different from what I envisioned when I was sitting in your chair. It's taken me from the courtrooms of the Eastern District to a war crime tribunal in East Africa, from the conference rooms of private practice to the halls of the Department of Justice and to the chair of the Attorney General. And none of it could I have predicted when I sat in your graduation seat. Never be afraid to step off the path. At some point, you will face a similar decision point, whether to continue on the established path, the comfortable path, or whether to take a leap to something that calls to you in a way that resonates deep within. But I know that you here at Hofstra did not come to the place where the law is not just studied, but it is lived to take the comfortable path. You came here to make a difference. And know this, you've already begun to do so. First, you've chosen the law, and I'm so glad that you did. In thoughtful and caring hands, the law has been the instrument of change, great and small, for generations. And next, you chose to come here, to Hofstra. You chose a place dedicated to using the law to make an impact on the world. And then, with your own grit and determination that all came from you, you've made it to this point. You didn't do fellowships and externships to do the comfortable thing. You did it to make a difference. You didn't do pro bono work and clinical work for real people who needed real help to do the comfortable thing. You did it to make a difference. You didn't travel abroad to expand your legal horizons to do the comfortable thing. You did that to make a difference. And know this, you've already begun to do so. The world is better because of the choices that you have made, because you are joining this great profession. And graduates, you already know so many things that the world needs to hear from you. You already know that diversity is one of this country's greatest strengths, not a weakness. You already know that we are stronger when all voices are heard and valued. And now, more than ever, we need you to make that difference. We need emissaries of the law to reach across our aisles of disagreement and to connect with the different sides of our debates. Hofstra graduates, you are the change that we have been waiting for. But no pressure. Your challenge now is to find your path outside these hallowed halls. And that's the challenge that we've all faced. But trust me, when I tell you that you have everything that you need to continue to make that difference. It may not be in focus now as you begin your journey through this wonderful profession of ours, and you will continue to wonder over the course of your career when you're poring over documents or working on a settlement agreement or trying to finance a small business. But know this, your time here has prepared you not just for your first job in the law, but for your last one, and all the moments in between when your time to make a difference will arise. It was truly an honor to serve as your Attorney General of these United States. I was able to lead the Department of Justice to expand civil rights for all and to work to protect this nation from terrorism. I was able to work on criminal justice reform. My work let me protect the most vulnerable among us, from those suffering elder abuse to those caught in the trap of human trafficking. I was able to travel this great country to work on improving the relationship between law enforcement and the communities they serve. It was a tremendous honor. I will never forget it. But as I stand here today, I have to tell you that some of my favorite moments from my time at the Department of Justice were my days as a young lawyer, helping a frightened witness find the courage to testify, or sitting with the families of those who lost someone to gang violence and being able to bring them some small measure of justice. And those are the times that I hold closest to my heart. And I remember vividly when I truly felt the impact of my efforts, because I too was not sure that I was really making a difference. But I was a young lawyer, learning the ropes and preparing for trial. My only title was that of Assistant United States Attorney. I was preparing a witness to testify, an older man from Pakistan who'd been caught trying to smuggle heroin into the United States as he flew into JFK Airport not far from here at all. He was cooperating with us. He was going to testify against those who had gotten him involved in this crime. And as I went over his testimony and his situation with him, I explained that if he testified truthfully, I'd write a letter on his behalf to the judge that would let the judge consider a reduced sentence for him. And as he grasped that he might have the possibility of going home, he literally fell to the floor and kissed my feet. And I remember thinking, boy, this never happened on Wall Street. And that's when I saw the impact of the smallest decisions in the smallest cases. Small to me, but huge to him. And if I can leave you with but one thought this evening, let it be this. It's not the title that you hold, but the people that you touch that will make the greatest difference, not just in the world, but in your own life. It's not the title that you hold, but the people that you touch that will make the greatest difference. And so, graduates, as you prepare to leave here, become not just alumni, but our colleagues. My wish for you, as you join this great profession of ours, is that you find what resonates with you. You may find it in the well of the courtroom or in the boardrooms of commerce. You may find it in the halls of academia or the corridors of policy and government, but it is there. And the joy of it is not just in the finding, but it's in the searching. Now, you may not find someone who will kiss your feet, but you will find something that will touch your heart. I promise. "2019, graduating class of Hofstra Law School, my newest colleagues, congratulations to you. I salute you, I welcome you, and I cannot wait to see what you will accomplish. Congratulations, graduates.
I have to tell you that our Attorney General has my trust, my respect, but after that speech, oh my God, I wish I could sit down right now. But having said that, you know, tonight I have a real pleasure and an honor of introducing your Teacher of the Year. And of course, you all know that that's Professor Ronald J. Colombo. This is, woo! This is, as you all know, a very important award that expresses the law school's long and historical commitment to excellence in teaching as the most important marker of faculty success. Professor Colombo, please come to the podium to receive your award.
Thank you. Thank you.
At this time, I would just like to give my heartfelt thanks. My heartfelt thanks to the visionary president of this university, the highly respected provost, our distinguished guests that are here with us, especially my dear friend and Nassau County District Attorney Madeline Singas, of course, the deans of all of the schools at Hofstra University for their tireless efforts, but also for being here this evening. For them, not only had it been a long week, but it's been a long weekend. So thank you so much, and I really appreciate your support. I would also be remiss if I did not thank the trustees of the Board of Trustees of Hofstra University are here with us this evening. You know, I have to say, I don't think I've been at a graduation ceremony at Hofstra without Don Schaeffer being there. He is one of all of our greatest supporters. and I am absolutely delighted that we have the newest trustee, a woman to be admired, a woman of substance, and that is Stella Mendez. Thank you for being here with us. Very much appreciated. And we all know that we have fabulous faculty at Hofstra Law, many of which are here with us tonight, who care about you more than you know. And of course, the administrators of Hofstra Law, in many ways, and the staff, the unsung heroes, that day in and day out make sure that you have a comfort level, that we get our jobs done, and that Hofstra University and Law School operates at full capacity. And of course, our special guest, and I would be remiss if I didn't once again personally thank a woman I have admired for longer than I would like to admit, a person that, as not only a U.S. attorney, but the U.S. attorney for the Eastern District, was a role model, a person that I tried to emanate, a friend of many of my friends, and honestly, I could think of no better graduation speaker who would inspire all of us more than our former Attorney General, Loretta Lynch. So personal thanks, my friend. And to each and every person in this room, especially the family and the friends, you are special to me. You are special to me because you recognize all the hard work that it took for not only your loved ones, your favorite law students, your favorite now law graduates to get here, but I know all the hard work it took for you to get them here. I admire you. I thank you. Each and every one of you is very special. And I would just like to tell you a little bit about what I've been thinking. And this year I really think a little bit differently than I have in the past about what I want to say to you. You know, a half a century ago, when President John F. Kennedy issued the nation a challenge to put a person on the moon, many people asked why. His answer really resonates with me, and I hope you this evening. We choose to go to the moon in this decade, not because it is easy, but because it is hard, because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills, because that challenge is one we are willing to accept. The same is true of your chosen and educational path. You did not choose to attend law school because you thought it would be easy. Rather, you chose this path because you knew that it would be a challenge and that it would require your finest efforts, and at least on some level understood that endeavors that demand our most bring out our best. You've chosen a doing profession, a caring profession, a helping profession, not a sidelines profession. Lawyering is not a spectator sport. It is not a career for those who assume someone else will solve the problems. It is a mission for those who stand up for what is right and against that which is not. It requires you to be in the game, whether it's in the courtroom, an office, or any setting. Lawyer is not merely a job description. It is not just what we do. It is a vocation. It is an identity for some, but a very special identity available only to a small number of people who share common training, skills, common values such as honesty, integrity, diligence, and a commitment to the public good. At the heart of this identity, of course, is the rule of law, and that you are all becoming officers of the court. It says something about you as an individual. Over the last 3 years, we have put you to the test. We have made you prove that you have the mettle, the moxie, and the motivation to become a lawyer, to join exclusive ranks. And today, you prove to us, to your loved ones, and to yourselves, yes, you have what it takes to graduate from law school. I honestly can feel the pride that your loved ones have in your life-changing accomplishment. Although I do not remember my own commencement, I recall vividly exactly where my mother and father stood in the back of the room during my ceremony. It was one of my father's happiest days. I'm still comforted after all these years after his death by the memory of his broad smile. My mother would have been delighted that I attended the medical school graduation this year, but still disappointed it was not my very own. Let's now show some gratitude to family, friends, loved ones, faculty, administrators, staff who helped you get this far. Please stand and join me as we applaud their efforts on this memorable day. You and your loved ones have invested a lot in your law school education, and Hofstra has invested a great deal too. We count on your success and good name and proud bearings as a Hofstra Law graduate to carry on our traditions and inspire future generations. Your success is our success. Your happiness is our happiness. You are now part of the Hofstra Law tradition and legacy that dates back 49 years. Fittingly, 1 year after humankind met President Kennedy's challenge and made footprints on the moon. As you go forward, you will celebrate triumphs and occasionally suffer defeats. But I want you to remember that Hofstra Law is always here for you. And I hope you will be our biggest supporters because we are yours and because that's what family members do for each other. In the decades to come, your Hofstra experience will seem brief and intense, a period when you were fully engaged and fully alive and began a noble cause, the pursuit of justice. That defines your life and your character. Having taken that journey, I am overwhelmed with excitement for all that awaits for you. This year, I celebrate my 40th anniversary of taking and passing the New York State Bar examination. Along the way, I've encountered great challenges, enjoyed great successes, held positions that were far beyond my expectations. But most importantly, I found great happiness. 40 years later, I am as enamored with the law as I was in 1980. If there is a secret to my success, and believe me, success can be measured in so many different ways, is that I have measured success not in terms of titles or positions or prestige, but in terms of personal and professional satisfaction. And one thing I tell you, my friends, and I concur with the Attorney General, keep your options open. If you do the same, I know you will find true happiness. Today is a great day of celebration, but tomorrow, I remind you, it's back to the books for one more moonshot, the bar exam. Remember, you wouldn't be here if you were inclined to take the road of least resistance rather than the higher, harder road. If you put in the effort, if you complete all the bar preparation assignments, your odds of passing on the first try are very good. Put those odds in your favor and leave nothing to chance. The loved ones in the room, please be of assistance. Support, remind, encourage your favorite law school graduate to do 100% of the work in preparation for the bar examination. Once you pass the bar, and I have utmost confidence that you will, because I know you've received an outstanding legal education, you will be entrusted by society with an exclusive privilege that you earned through hard work. I hope that you reflect often on both the honors and the responsibilities that come with the privilege. I hope you will remember the core values that we share as the Hofstra law community. In the hours, days, weeks, months, and years ahead, if I can be of personal help to you in any way, if you have an idea or a suggestion or need advice, call upon me. My door, my mind, and my heart are open to you, because that's what family is for. Thank you. Will the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor please rise? Mr. President, Mr. President, I have the honor to present those students of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law at Hofstra University who have satisfied all of the requirements for the degree of Juris Doctor. Upon the recommendation of our fabulous faculty, I ask that you confer the degrees upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the university and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost, the Dean, and your fabulous faculty of the School of Law, I am honored to confer upon each of you the degree of Juris Doctor. Congratulations.
That each of the candidates come to the stage to be introduced by Senior Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Julian, to be hooded by Professors Falami and Sample, and to be recognized by President Rubino, and our fabulous trustees, Donald Schaeffer and Stella Mendez. And of course, I will be congratulating you.
Brittany Bourne. Ashley Morrow. Sugandas Kataria Singh. Andy Lynn Walters. Allison Castell.
Congratulations.
Fatima Mustafa. Dominique Pesci. Sean Carberry. George White. Caitlin Saletti. Ryan Rolston. Ryan Torino. Amanda Dane. Andrew Ledowski, cum laude. Ankian Wanlis. Catherine Benny. Kelly Bogart. Hunter Blaine, magna cum laude. Stephen Stutz. Philip Wacknan. Samara Klafter. Siobhan Berry, cum laude. Sorry. Jennifer Waite, cum laude.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Liza Trezera.
Congratulations.
Shaylin French. Jacqueline Gallagher. Talia Olea. Manal Kokar. Montana Schultz. Anna Joe. Alexander Tate, cum laude. Eric Vargas. Alyssa Cosentino. Grace Cho. Morgan Geyser. Nicholas Tolano. Jessica Rapp. Anthony D'Angelo. Rebecca Chan.
Congratulations.
Sean DeLucio. Matthew Murray, cum laude. Lucas Rock, cum laude. Andre Johnson. Hamala Naranjan. Vanessa Caballero. Louise Lingat. Dominique Duffus. Okay. Jakira Everett. Destiny Holiday. Mary Benton. Vincent Scotty. Adriana Jonas, cum laude. Connor Martin, cum laude. Kevin Kim. Jessica Morejo. Sophia Brinius. Narupa Persaud, cum laude. Chantal Quade. Brianna Enck, magna cum laude. Shadesha Lucas. Joan Howell. Sadie Hippolyte. Gianna MacArthur. Bobby Rung. Banuka Munege. Brian Robinson. Marco Bronco. Joseph John Orlando. Elise Hanshian. Christopher Milazzo. Lillian Mosley. Giselle Vega. Alexandra Joyella.
Congratulations.
Julian Martinez. Michael Small.
Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations.
Serena Altes. Sasha Navarrete.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Gull Arslan.
Congratulations.
Lauren Chevet.
Congratulations. Well done.
Rachel Trefon, cum laude.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Jenna Dysart, magna cum laude.
Congratulations.
Rebecca Stein. Jacqueline Ruggiero, cum laude.
Congratulations.
Malky Schur.
Congratulations.
Alana Ladygensky.
Congratulations.
Leor Roth. Connor Wiggins. Some traffic here. Cooper Binsky, cum laude.
Congratulations.
Levi Stewart.
Congratulations.
Catherine Burns. Alicia Woodard.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Kieran Maiku. Kevin Gebhardt.
Congratulations.
Kimberly Wilkins.
Congratulations.
Lauren Heather.
Congratulations.
Francesca Gaspari. Priyanka Vermani.
Congratulations.
Oh, Mizari Jacquez.
Congratulations.
Stephen Tannen.
Congratulations.
John Zepka.
Congratulations.
Barry Leibowitz.
Congratulations.
Kaylee Sullivan, summa cum laude.
Congratulations.
Brett Cooper. Sorry. Stephanie Spears.
Congratulations.
Zachary Sider. Erica Alter. Joseph O'Connor. Cody Lehrer, magna cum laude. Patrick Bedell. Andre Cargill. Kevin Hoyos. Michael Ochicone. Austin Samor Labruna, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Rizzo. Marissa Plavin, summa cum laude. Gregory DeSantis. Laura Adam. Adam. Rada Nguva. Marine Box. Paola Oralam Kondo. Zitz, okay. Christopher Zitz, cum laude. William Kraus, cum laude. Stephen Valenti. Benjamin Danieli, magna cum laude. George Ritter, Jr. James McGuire, cum laude. Kenny Moy. Anik Kato. Mainor Beg. Ashley Russo.
Congratulations.
Yaroslav Mankevich. Kimberly Kemraj. Shayla Ramos.
Congratulations.
Danielle Corbacero. Melissa Ball. Samantha Shazman. Kuljit Kaur. Joel Thomas. Kelsey Gittler. Sean Michael Rosenberg. Sujay Vanali Sanchez. Capiche Merritt Garrison. Alexandra Davidson cum laude. Gabriela Malfi. Veronica Perea. Jacqueline Kaplan. Danielle Levy, cum laude. Brendan Catalano, magna cum laude. Rebecca Romulus. Pamela Bratton. Zarifa Dixon. Chantal Natasha Edwards. Jessica Crimmy. Jessica Yakubov. Kathleen Ramirez. Olivier Labossiere. Senna Harley. Elon Ginsberg. Chirpak, okay. Richard Chirpak. Shannon Fillmore. Brendan Lopuzzo. Christopher Abioso, cum laude. Matthew Navola, magna cum laude. Ariana Talbot Arca. Gregory Joseph Shershone. Michael Licatese. Heather Holkauer. Nicoletta Christadula. Kristen Acosta, cum laude. Eric Zacharin, cum laude. Mark Levine, magna cum laude. Justin Reed. Anthony Castellano, cum laude. Giuseppe Finelli. Christopher Marone. Amanda Lilla. Miguel Lozada. Stella Chen. Lopsong Doma. Joseph Rodriguez. Robert Ventimilla. Alex Mulandra. Untal Vitzian. Nicole Rusulovich. Rajpal Singh. Jitain Sarin. Admir Deljanin. Alexandra Russell. Julia Johnson. Michelle Martinez. Genesis Mina. Marissa Linares. Taylor Kane. Marissa Jerlina. Congratulations to all.
Anybody from the audience want to come up and hood somebody, or? That was a joke.
Few more. Good idea. Great idea.
Go.
Okay. Will the candidates for the degree of Masters of Laws please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor to present those students of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law at Hofstra University who have satisfied all the requirements of the degree of Masters in Law. Upon recommendation of the entire faculty, I ask that you confer the degrees upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost, the Dean, and the faculty of the School of Law, I am honored to confer upon each of you the degree Master of Laws. Congratulations.
Thank you. We ask that each of the graduates come to the stage to be introduced by Professor Julian Campagna. I like to call Campagna because it's what she could be my cousin, and to be recognized by President Rubino, Trustee Schaeffer, and Trustee Mendez, and myself.
Give the cards over here. I know your name, but that's okay. Ms. Carolina Bernardo, LLM. Yes. Mr. Alan Nadea, already a lawyer from the Philippines. And now a lawyer from El Salvador who's about to become a lawyer in New York, Mr. Ulises Guzman Camacho. I'm sorry, not El Salvador, Dominican Republic. What's your first name, Ms. Muntaha? Khadija, because I was calling by your last name. Ms. Khadija Muntaha. Ah, sorry. Khadija Muntaha. Ms. Rosa Kaitova. Ms. Peter Gay Howell. With distinction. Ms. Mafi Laula Akande. And finally, Ms. Jamila Young.
Okay, thank you. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor to present those students of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law at Hofstra University who have satisfied all of the requirements for the degree of Master of Arts. Upon the recommendation of our faculty, I ask that you confer the degrees upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost and the Dean and the faculty of the School of Law, I'm delighted to confer upon you the degree Master of Arts. Congratulations.
We ask that each of the candidates come to the stage to be introduced by Professor Ronald Colombo and recognized by our President Stuart Rubinowitz and Trustees Don Schaeffer and Trustee Stella Mendez and of course myself. Okay.
How are you? Stephanie Herrera. L'Oreal Gale.
Congratulations.
Misha Strickland. Asmund Kojo. Oh, Patricia Marshall Mullen. Joan Altman Newman. Winnie Mabori. Susie Cucci. Brian Todd. Jillian Crawford.
One more round of applause for every graduate tonight.
Each year, the faculty of the law school recognizes the special achievements of members of the graduating class by conferring upon them a number of awards and honors. This year's recipients were recognized in today's award ceremonies, and we will not announce all of them again during this ceremony. However, we do wish to once again recognize several members of the class of 2019. It is my pleasure to first recognize the recipient of a very special honor at the law school. The Maurice A. Deane Award is conferred each year upon the graduate who has achieved the highest academic average in his or her graduating class. The award was established some years ago by classmates and friends of Maurice Deane, a distinguished alum who graduated first in his class in 1981. Mr. Deane is Chairman Emeritus of the Hofstra University Board of Trustees. It is my pleasure to announce the recipient of the Maurice A. Deane Award for the highest academic average in the class of 2019, Kay Lee Sullivan. Thank you, Kaylee, for what you have brought to Hofstra Law and the inspiration that you have been to your fellow students as well as such a wonderful friend to them. And now I would like to ask Professor Linda Galler to come to the podium to recognize several other members of the class of 2019.
I have the privilege of announcing 4 very special awards. The winners were selected at a faculty meeting by a faculty vote after a full and long discussion of the special accomplishments of a number of graduating students. The first of these awards is the Gina Marie A. Scarce Memorial Award, which is awarded to a graduating student who, in the opinion of the faculty, has contributed the most to his or her classmates' learning and understanding of difficult legal concepts through his or her questions in class and participation in class discussions. This year's recipient of the Scarce Award goes to Hunter Blaine. Hunter, please stand up. The second award is the William Eric Goldberg Scholarship, which is awarded to a graduating student who, in the opinion of the faculty, has provided significant support and leadership in improving the quality of life and educational experience for others. This award goes to Cody, lehrer. Will you please stand? The third award is the Distinguished Service to the Law School Award, which is awarded to a graduating student who has, in a variety of academic and non-academic undertakings, contributed to the progress and welfare of the law school. This year's recipient of the Distinguished Service Award goes to Kimberly Wilkins. Kim? And finally, the Outstanding Law Student Award, which is awarded to the graduating student who, in his or her years at the law school, has shown a combination of those qualities and abilities which are the ideals of the legal profession. The winner of the Outstanding Law Student Award is Kaylee Sullivan. Will you please stand again? Thank you and congratulations.
What a wonderful evening. This concludes the formal program. I ask that the audience remain in their place until the academic procession has left the stage. And to our graduates, congratulations!